My YouTube channel, where each and every week I interview players one-on-one. And the cool thing about it is I always say I work for the fans. So I always take questions from you guys, ideas from you all, and I put that into my interviews with these players every week. And something very fun at the end of the interview is I do an activity like Office Olympics, just something really fun. And I don't always win, but that's not the point. Just so you guys can get the chance to see these players as people, not just as guys with helmets on running around on Sundays. It's really cool. So if I have your interest, please click subscribe to my YouTube channel and let me know what you think. All right, let's play a little Carolina Panthers trivia. Tell me what person has interviewed the most Carolina Panther players one-on-one that doesn't work for the organization. Yeah, it's me. I'm Chris Jenkins. I'm with Charlotte Vibe, and I invite you to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Somebody said, pause up. Okay, that's a new one. I hadn't heard that one before, but hey, first and foremost, happy Thanksgiving. Hope everybody had a great time, a great dinner, some family time, some me time, but just had a good time. Happy Thanksgiving to everybody. Chris Jenkins, credentialed member of the media covering the Carolina Panthers for Charlotte Vibe. Today is Friday. Don't lose track of the day, November 27th. And I have your Carolina Panthers report. Hey, if you're watching on Facebook or Twitter and you want to interact, I encourage you to hop on over to YouTube. Therefore, I can see your comments. Hey, and they call me the man of the people. Why? Because I like to take questions from fans, get them answered by players and coaches. So as always, I hope that's why you're watching the channel. You love the interaction. Leave your comments. I will get those questions answered. All right. What's up, Tyree Ross? Even though you retracted your message. Chris Johnson, Ali Broderick, NC Pantherology. So, you know, Fridays are really just a injury report update. Not a lot of other things are going on a Friday other than that. So I am here to give you that and answer any questions that you guys may have. In the meanwhile, Trill, what's up? N1 Kelvin from the UK, man. I thought about that today when we went to London and had a good time. I hadn't traveled at all this season. Going to Minnesota. I really want to go to Minnesota this year. I really want to go to Kansas City. And I want to go to LA. COVID ain't allowing it to happen. Your man is not traveling. But nevertheless, let's go ahead and get into this injury report. Again, you'll see popping up on the screen is how you can follow me on Twitter. Perfect way to interact with me throughout the week at any time, and especially on game day. All right, so let's go ahead and get into this injury report. We'll break it down a little bit for you as well. Messing up my screens. Hold on. There we go. All right. We have some long names in here this week, so things get stretched out a little bit. But Dennis Daly, he suffered a concussion, and he didn't practice at all this week. And Mr. Dennis Daly looks to be out, is definitely out for this week. Next up is Action Jackson, Dante Jackson, cornerback. He had a toe injury. And, you know, you can't really blame Coach Rule for what's going on. Dante has been like a trooper trying to play through that injury, and he hadn't been able to. And at this point, it's not that, you know, they're not going to make the playoffs. Dante has definitely put in some effort to show that he's not wimping out. So they're giving him a nice, what I think is well-deserved break. It's a guy they're trying to keep on the team for a while. So Dante Jackson is listed as out for this week. Christian McCaffrey. So who thinks Christian McCaffrey is gonna, like, you know, coaches, they had this coaches talk that I like to call it, which is when coaches, they don't really tell you what's going on because sometimes strategically they don't want to or they can't. I feel like that's what's going on with Christian McCaffrey. Because here's what we had. We had last week where he was, I think it's been about 2 weeks now that Christian McCaffrey looks good. And then he's out. Christian McCaffrey looks good. Then he's questionable. And they're saying, Coach Rule is saying, like, it's coming up to Christian and how he's feeling and how the doctors feel, and they're leaving it up to those two predominantly. Raise your hand if you don't think that's the full case. I think the full case is they've sat down with Christian and said, hey, we're not going to say this publicly, but we really want to protect you. You are our franchise guy. You are rich because of us. And until we see that you're like 100%, we're not getting you out there. That's my belief of what's going on, because Coach Rule, okay, he's listed. Let me pull up the report here so you guys can see it. He is listed officially as he was limited practice today and he was questionable. Now, for the most part, that means that a guy can go on Sunday. He is going to travel with the team to Minnesota, but Coach Rule opened up by saying he's pessimistic, meaning he's doubtful that Christian's going to play. And then he went on and said, well, it's more of a wait and see mode, and it's purely based on Christian's health, and he knows Christian wants to play. He's deserved the right to play and to have that upgrade on his status as healthy. So I think that's kind of like him. Translation, my translation, we're helping him be okay with sitting out on the bench and letting his status be upgraded to say, hey, look, we know that you're progressing. We know that you're good. You're getting better, but we don't want to play you yet. Leave your comments below. Let me know what you think. I'll move on. John Miller, guard, he has a little bit of a combination of an injury with his knee and his ankle. He was a limited participant in practice, listed as questionable for the game. And by the way, you'll notice that there's question marks. Normally I would say questionable a little bit more. Christian McCaffrey has a long name, so I couldn't fit it all on there. I had to do a little shorthand today, but he is listed as questionable. That is John Miller, guard, knee. Last but not least, Russell Okung. He is a tackle, has a calf injury, and he is listed as questionable for the game as well. If you didn't see a player listed on there, that means he's been a full participant in practice. So the biggest name that's on there, Teddy Bridgewater, full participant in practice all week. I had no doubts that Teddy would go because he was so close to winning the game last week. I'm sorry, being in the game last week. Really was like a last of a second decision as it could be. Been a full participant in practice all week. He will be facing the team that drafted him in the first round, the Minnesota Vikings. He will be your starting quarterback this week. Something to be interested to watch is P.J. Walker. Will he be listed as the number 2 quarterback? I think he should be, and I think he should be for the rest of the season. He has earned that with his play in last week's game, leading the Panthers to a great victory. Defense did their part, making it a shutout victory, but it was a 20-point game, and he did really good for a first-time game. You know, he did have those 2 red zone interceptions. But again, first-time game, rookie, I think he did pretty good. So I think a few comments came up that we'll look at before I get off of here. Showing you the wrong screen. Sorry about that. Meant to show you how to reach me on Twitter. That is below. All right, Jackson needs to sit. This is reading a comment from NC Pantherology. Jackson needs to sit out till he 100%. Just come back when he knows he's ready for action. That way he's going about it. He's going to keep having problems with his toe. Yeah, that comment is regarding Dante Jackson from NC Pantherology. You know, Dante is a little undersized kind of guy. I mean, your feet, your toes, and the position of a cornerback, you know, he's already playing on his heels, so to say, from having to react to what an elite wide receiver, speed guy on the other side of him is doing. And if you don't have your toes to help you plant and cut and push off, then it affects your performance. Not it also affects your pain. And I mean, he's just been struggling. So yeah, give him the chance to rest 100% till he's healthy. Your other cornerbacks have been doing well. Let him take his break. Appreciate the comment, NC Pantherology. Ali Broad, do you think Teddy will show out this Sunday? You know, I think Teddy's going to be Teddy, right? I don't think, like, he's not at a position where extra juices, extra excitement, extra adrenaline can help him perform any better. He actually needs to stay calm compared, you know, if you're running back and you're kind of juiced up, you might have a little extra contact and, you know, bounce off the guy, or a little extra strength, even possibly as a wide receiver in other positions. But as a quarterback, you can't start zipping the ball a little bit harder than you may normally throw it, trying to make something happen, because you could throw the timing off. He can't, I don't think, go to run any quicker than he normally does. So I think he's going to let the game come to him and just play his normal game. And, you know, I'm sure he's going to be hoping that the results are great and that he could be victorious. But I don't feel like he's in a position as a quarterback to really have the excitement, help him show out and perform any better. But if you just want to ask, do I think he's going to have a great game? Teddy's been having very, very solid games all season long, and I think that will certainly, no doubt, continue against the Minnesota Vikings. That's my opinion. So appreciate the questions as always. Chris Jenkins, credentialed member of the media covering Carolina Panthers for Charlotte Vibe. Hit that like button if you haven't done so already. Why? It helps other Carolina Panther fans find out about me, and I appreciate it, and I need that. And lastly, I just saw something pop up on the screen that I have no idea why it popped up on the screen. But anyway, leave your comments, hit the like button. Be sure to hit the subscribe button because I will be back on air on Sunday, 1.5 hours before the game, so that'd be 11:30. Lots of interesting facts and things that I present to you guys before going live to get you prepared for the matchup. I think it's good stuff. So I hope to see